Now because both of them have a minus right here and a minus right here, a minus, and right there and right there, you're going to go the opposite direction for both cases. The H and the K, because of how it moves, ends up being the center of the circle. And then R is the radius. Notice that this is R squared. So if I told you, like on this one, that this is 16, R squared is 16, which means R would be what? R would be 4, right? The square root of 16. On this one, if R squared is 25, then R would be 5, and so on. Does that make sense? So the very first part of the assignment is, given the equation, can we identify the center and the radius? So for number 1, the center has moved. This has x plus 10, which means it has gone negative 10, so less 10. And this says y plus 5, so it's gone down 5. So that is the center, and the radius is 5. And the hardest thing that you have to remember today is that these go in the opposite direction because of the formula, that minus. Okay, so the center and radius. Okay, let's find the center of this one. Center is at what? Negative 9 and negative 1. The radius is 4. Jump down to part E really quick. Try that one on your own. Center is 3, and the radius is 1. All right, C, D, and F are slightly different. How? Yeah, it's not a perfect square, right? So finding the center is the same. The center is at 14 and negative 8. The radius is what? Whatever the square root of 15 is. Now, I could leave it as the square root of 15, but if I'm actually trying to graph that, I need to know what decimal the square root of 15 is. So get your calculators out. It's almost 4, not quite. It's 3.87. So if you're graphing, which is the point of today, you're going to need to know that the radius is about 3.87. That's the healthy graph, because I don't know how much the square root of 15 is. Cool. So on your own, try part D. Okay, what's the center? Part D. And the radius? Cool. Any questions so far? Part F, the center is 4, negative 13. The radius is 2.2.
Do you have to
This part?
Yeah.
Great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the picture and see if we can write the equation. So the very first thing we want to locate is the center. So on this graph, the center is at what? 0, 3. And what's the radius? This is here, the radius is 1. So if we were to write that equation, it would be 3 equals your radius squared equals 1 squared, which is 1. So I prefer this as my final answer because it's the most simplified version. Any questions on that one? Okay, let's try the next one then. The center is here. -1, 2. The radius is what? Say it again. 4. Okay, on your own, try to come up with the equation. If you haven't already. Alright, so the equation would be what? X plus 1 squared, because it's the opposite of -1, plus y minus 2 squared equals 4 squared, which is, you have to remember to square that. Okay, we have a good idea, so we do this. Circle, and then wrap it. Okay, let's try to finish part C and part D. And then I'm going to give you a second to go through. I lied, let's just go through all of the notes today. They're pretty easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, how about you go? Maybe this is 7. 4, maybe not, I don't know. Okay, let's try it again. This is the center. Where is it at? 3, 4. The radius is 2. So what would the equation of the circle look like? The biggest thing to remember, it has to be a negative here. Make sure you switch those signs and make sure you square. If you can do that, you've got it. Yeah. Say that one more time. You have to kind of eyeball it. So like on this one, it looks like the tallest point's about right here, and then going down, and then I just check, does it look like there's 5 here, 5, 5, 5, then I got it. Yeah. But I always check on the like the flat or the vertical. I never you don't check on that. Okay, so the center on this one, try it on your own, is 1, 0. The radius is 5. Bless you. Alright, so x minus 1 squared plus what? Y squared, okay. I could say y minus 0 squared, but that minus 0 is unnecessary, so I'm just going to say y squared equals what? 25. Okay, any questions before we move on? You're not normally this quiet. I'm hoping it's because you got it. You okay, move on? Alright, the next part is probably not the hardest part, but it's the hardest part to make look pretty. Now we're going to graph it. Okay, so when we start graphing it, look at the equation and start by plotting the center. So on this line, where's the center? Or in this equation, where's the center? 0, 0. So I'm just going to put a dot at 0, 0. And the radius for this equation is 6. Good. So from the center, I can go 6 out. So 2, 4, 6. I can go 6 up. I can go 6 to the left. I can go 6 down. And anywhere else, it's really hard to note where 6 away is. Because on the diagonal, each like dot, that's not worth 1. So it's hard to mark anything else other than those 4. Now when you draw them, you can connect them in a circular type motion. They almost always end up looking like footballs and diamonds. So just prepare yourself, they are terrible. So kind of curve it more than you think you should. And if you are at my circles, I will, well, let's not try my glasses. Goodbye. If you have a little compass, you can get that out if you're like really paranoid about your football circles. Look good?
I was like, I'm nervous. It looks like a football circle.
It looks like it, yeah. Sometimes I do really good on like 3 of them, and then the last one like looks anyway. It's bad. Okay, let's do the next one. Yep, they're bad. So the next one, where's the center? Center at 3, -2. And from the center, my radius is 2. So I go up 2. The smaller they are, the easier they are to look like a circle. The big ones are harder. Is that? Nope, that's not good. Oh well, I don't even care. It's a little. I don't care. But the point is, can you get the center in the right spot? Can you get your 4 points in the right spot?
Yeah.
You have those, the rest, don't really matter. Just don't make it look like a square. Okay, next one. The center is where? -4, +4. The radius is 1. So up, down, left, right, 1. From there. Doesn't help that
I'm really good at pre-drawing circles, but like when I have certain points that I have to, I suck.
Alright, last one. The center is where? The center is -3, 0. What's the radius this time? 3.16? So if we take the square root of that, it's about 3.16, 3.2. So you just have to estimate 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. When I grade these, 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more, I'm going to look to see if it ends on the line or if it ends just above the line. There we go. There it is. I think that's it, right? Is that last thing in your notes? No, there's more? I was really excited to be done. Oh, yes. We do need this one. Yes. Sorry, I thought we were done. Got your hopes up. Okay, the last thing we have to do, you may not just examine everything on a platter, and it's there for you. It is possible that you may be told the center of the circle and just some random point on the circle. Well, if you're told the center and some random point, that means what else are you missing?
Radius.
Some radius, right? But if you know the center and some point, can you figure out the radius? So that's what we're doing now. So if you had to find the distance, let me see. Here's how I would start this. I would just very loosely sketch. I'm going to go down one line. Very loosely sketch an XY coordinate. The center is at -2, -3. You mark with a C And some point on my circle is at 15, 2. So we're expecting the radius to be quite large in this case, right? Pretty far away. Now, if this is the radius right here, right? From the center, what's the horizontal distance? 17. So from here to here is 15, and then 2 more because it's a negative 2. So the horizontal distance is 17. The vertical distance from negative 3 to positive 2 is 5. What have we created? A triangle. What kind of triangle? And what can you do with a right triangle? The Pythagorean theorem. So I did not do what they did on steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's always easier. So, but if you want to follow steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, by all means. But we are going to say that r squared equals 5 squared plus 17 squared. R squared equals 25 plus 289. R squared equals 314. And that's all we really care about, right? Because the equation says x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Can I make this substitution right here? So I don't need to take the square root and then re-square it again. Does that make sense? I can say x minus what? A negative 2. So x plus 2 squared plus y minus a negative 3. So y plus 3 squared equals r squared. Well, r squared is 314, so equals 314. Questions on that one? Does that make sense? Okay, let's do it again. So we know the center and we know a point on the circle. So we start by just loosely drawing the center is at 1, 0, marked with a C, so I remember. The point on the circle is 10, 15. And from there, we can mark the radius. We don't know what that is. The horizontal distance from 1 to 10 would be 9. Because your app comes with 1. Oh. And then the vertical distance from 0 to 15, 15. Then what do you do? The Pythagorean theorem. Good. So r squared equals 9 squared plus 15 squared. R squared equals 81 plus 225. R squared equals 306, and that's all we really care about. So now we're going to write the equation. Yeah. So final answer, x minus 1 squared plus what? Y squared. You don't have to worry about the plus or minus because it's a 0, equals r squared, 306. Woo. Now, oh, there's. Okay, why don't you try part C on your own? the point on the circle is at negative 17, positive 12. So to get from negative 12 to negative 17, how far down do you go? From negative 12 to negative 17, you move 5. Now, because it's just movement, it's distance, I'm going to say it's positive. Doesn't matter because you went down or up, it's still 5. And then from 12 to, or from 11 to 12, we went up 1. So there's our triangle. Using the Pythagorean theorem, 5 squared plus 1 squared equals r squared. So 26 equals r squared. So my equation would be x plus 12 squared plus y minus 11 squared equals what? 26. We're going to test question. So for this assignment, you need to make sure that this equation, like the general equation, is memorized, the x minus h, or at least know how to use it. I guess you don't have to have it memorized. You need to know that these should be negatives unless it's, and then it will switch. You need to know that that's a plus. You need to know that this is an r squared. Because there will not be a formula provided for the equation of a circle. Sound good? All right, that's all for today. So your assignment